Welcome back, Cubans, and quick shout out to Doppelgänger House, a furry animation from Kanaloa. Really cute, really nice. I love it. And yes, it's based off of another ongoing series by We Made It Together 5188. They have this whole scale of a haunted house that they live in for cheap. That's why it's cheap. And it's actual life skits. So if that sounds interesting or if the animation sounds fun to you, please check these both out. And that's it for the spooky stuff of the evening. I actually wanted to sit down and talk to you guys more about Interdimensional Girl and the Thing of No Real Cosmic Significance, their thesis film, and actually part 2. They have an episode 2 by Chris Mestre, or Christian if I'm correct. Fantastic work, and the reason why it's been stuck to me, episode 2 came out a few days ago, and I caught it the day of. And watching that one, I kind of forgot about the first one, which it's kind of a crime that I didn't talk about the first one because it's such a emotional gut punch. We follow Ruby Lee and their what looks like their day to day, and from the first episode, speedrun if you will, she broke up with her gal and she's really shook up about it. Kind of getting the feeling of some turmoil, something happened, and as this episode unfolds, we see that Ruby is also fighting with the knowledge of the universe because of her lore and her background, you know, being a nerd and reading so many comics, opened her brain up to the cosmos, got in tune with the cosmos. That's how she became Interdimensional Girl, which is pretty cool. I actually do love that. But we see her go through these moments. She goes into the comic dimension of where she's married, goes to another one, and FYI, fan-freaking-tastic work on the derpiness. It just flashed everything back to like Spider-Verse, where they had those bazillion verses, and it was just dumb, and I love it. But they do it here too, and I gotta give it kudos. That's an easy win for me, in my opinion. But that's not the only great thing. This first piece, it kind of turns the tables on you. We kind of thought that she was done dirty. They broke up with her, and now she's distraught. Now she's the one hurting. As it goes through, we see her get to the end, leave the cosmos and go to our realm, if you will, still soaking until one of her other selves pulls her back to reality, quote unquote, and sits down with her, listens, and kind of tells her the truth that it doesn't matter. Nothing really matters. But, oh god, I'm starting to sound like a Steven Universe episode. We matter. What we choose matter, and the only person that can give that validity any weight is us. We're the ones who can hold that power. It's kind of deep, it really is, and it's not up to how others feel about us, it's how we feel with ourselves. And giving them the whole spiel, if you will, I know I completely butchered it, but it's one of those lessons where it's hard to put yourself first, because spoilers, we cut into what happened, and it's actually her texting her partner, and we can see that there's been a back and forth. It looks like they were not the best of. Every relationship has its ups and downs. I think anybody who's had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, they know the feeling. It's all hunky-dory, it's nice, you have good times, and then you have not so good times and the bumps in the road. But as we also see it unfold in episode 2, just a wee bit, we can see that it just, sometimes you have to put yourself first. And that's what she did. Ruby broke up with her, and she's still hurting about it. So sometimes change is very difficult, and sadly it's the reality of our day to day. And it's really easy to feel insignificant. I've been there once as myself through my hurdles. If you've been here long enough, you've heard my story, but sometimes we just get stuck in that hole. You really do. Even after a humongo breakup, you know, your heart's kind of broken in half, or a billion pieces, if you will, and it's very difficult. And that's where part 2 comes in, episode 2. It's not entirely animated, it's got the storyboard and the doodles and whatnot, but the VA is there, the sound effects, the feelings of episode 2 coming off of the first part, which yes, we see Ruby pick herself up a little bit, it's nice, and then part 2 comes along, seeing how she wants to hang out with the friends, or not really, but you know, come on, let's do this, let's hang out, it's been forever. Even in there, meeting back up with friends after about a year or two, a lot can change. A lot can really change, and your older self, the you that was with them back then is completely different. And the them that you saw before has changed. And you guys are, I mean, you could technically say you're a completely different human. You're completely different friends at this point. And it becomes really apparent. She's not having a great time. She's going through the quote unquote party. You know, her new friend is now mega social. He's like the life of the party or part of it. He's everywhere. He's socializing. And Ruby just wants to sit down and have a drink and just unwind, which, you know, ironically, I actually did that after one of my big breakups. I went to a party, and I know, small story mode. I went to a party. It was humongo. There was guys, girls, you name it, alcohol and drugs. Yeah. So yeah, a dork going to a completely adult party, and I don't exactly get out at the time. Yeah, that's not exactly the great recipe for amazing things. And guess what happened? Embarrassing things happened, but one of the things was that the party got crashed from somebody whipping out a gun. Yeah, not a great freaking time, not exactly ecstatic about that, but we will get into the details on the embarrassing parts, but that's how that went. And for Ruby, it kind of went the other route, which I'm glad no guns or violence was here, but they got emotional damage. They finally get out of the party, they're just done with it, they're bored, they don't care, they're just brain rotted at this point, and not in a good way. Like, the human boredom is killing them, which, understood, that does happen as well. But they actually meet their old buddy outside. Oh man, good to see you, what's up? And in their, you could argue it's a drunken stupor or just the emotions running around in their brain, and they do something that parties shouldn't have. They make a first move on their friend, and it's now leading to confusion because that's not their situation. It's like an actual friend, and it's mega awkward, and that's how the evening ends with the whole fudge this, I'm out, I'm okay, don't talk to me, and now you just blew up another situation. And the continue that pops up after that, I hate it. I hate it so much. Yeah, humans are weird. I think I can agree with Ruby on that. Humans are very weird. Very, very, very weird. That's why my brain's in a slime ball, as you can see. I have gone through my experiences. I love how this kind of just gut punches a lot of those real moments that we kind of seen them in some other past medias, but now it's like seeing other people and they're still going through the same situation. Maybe not exactly, but even in here, Ruby, man, I feel your pain. I genuinely do. And not to not ignore the obvious thing in the room, the animation is amazing. Sound effects, the VA work, the pacing surprisingly good and organic. It's not awkward at all. It feels really good. And I guess you can say that not so much about episode 2 because it is in storyboard mode and it's not animated, but even with that, the characters, you can still see the movements, you can feel the heaviness of their words, you can feel the boredom in the rooms, kill me now. It's there. It's so fun. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Christian, if you ever make merch, I will love a poster of that interdimensional girl comic at the end of the first episode. Just my 2 cents. I would love one. If nobody's heard of it, I think if you've been watching my streams, you've heard of it because I have talked about it with chat. Please watch this show. 1-2 episodes are out. Give it a watch. If you're not a fan of the emotional girl scene, sad girl scene, understandable. But I love the style. I love that potential that this show can do. Maybe there could be violence in the future and action, but it doesn't need it. It's got the nice slice of life, day to day, trying to sort things out and try not to feel, well, dead inside, if you will. I love this. It's a crime that it's not a big title going around a little bit. I'm very surprised that it's barely hitting about 1000k. It definitely needs a bit more eyeballs. So humans, if the least thing that I can do today is have y'all watch it, please go watch it. I do not do justice just talking about this. Go give it a run, please. And with that, I'm done blabbering. I just wanted to take this out loud because it was in my brain slime and I just wanted to get it out. So if Chris, if you watch this, great work. Everybody behind this great work. I love it. 10 out of 10. More sad girl stories, please and thank you. And with that, let me know what you like, or if you haven't seen this and if you got to go see this, let me know y'all's thoughts and whatnot. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. And like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Take care, humans.